Now, Heartland Hoops, sponsored by EBO-MD.
Hi again, everyone. Heartland Hoops has struck week number 2, and we've got plenty more big highlights coming your way. Without further delay, first up, Cape Central hosting the Woodland Cardinals. Cape Central fans fired up. It was also homecoming activities. There was a lot going on before this game even started. They were not in addition to crowning homecoming queen. How about the officials? They were recognized by the fine folks at Cape Central, and now we're ready for some basketball, and Woodland came out firing. Peyton Meek, the up and under move. Watch him scoop it up and score right there. Cape Central's Jaden Johnson goes in the basket right there, found the sweet spot right to score that one. But boy, you want to see a good hoop. Corbin Kinder scores on his back, and he gets that one to go. And cheerleaders approve, and they'll like this. Kelvin Layton from the corner hits a three. But for Cape, a big highlight, Aiden Jennings beats the buzzer of the first quarter. But at the end, it was Woodland way too strong. 71-41, big performance by the Cardinals over Cape Central. All right, time to head to Southern Illinois for our Heartland Hoops game of the night. Carterville at Murfreesboro. Luke Randall joins us with the top plays.
Two of the top teams in the River to River Ohio Conference. Only one of them can stay at least top or joint top. Carterville and Murfreesboro, the game of the night.
The Lions of Carterville are on the prowl, but it's big game hunting time in Murfreesboro. And right from the opening tip, the Red Devils gonna get on the attack. Dejon Beard can't get the shot, but he slings it back in, and he gets the assist because Kemion Hale with the and one. Okay, that's how you start a game. Pushing the pace now, Carterville, Max Lussenberger, Maddox Gully, and one of their own for the Lions. Right back, Murfreesboro, Cash Brooks in the number 0 jersey, Cash Money. No one stopping him right there. And later on, Michael Bradfield with the tray. Murfreesboro off to a great start on this hunt, and they get a big lead early. Carterville can't stop Kemion. The run continues, and a bit of an odd moment here. Carterville head coach Shane Hawkins accidentally calls a timeout. He didn't want to, but it actually turns out to help the Lions. Lustenberger shoots, makes the triple right there, and a moment later, hey, catch and you shall receive, goes up, gets the and one. Lions roar back into this game, and it took a while for them to catch up with the hosts. They do in the second half. They hold off Murfreesboro 60-56, a big win over a conference rival and an 18th win on the season. For Heartland Sports, I'm Luke Randall in Murfreesboro.
All right, thank you, Luke. Meanwhile, back to Southeast Missouri for a couple of good ones. First up, East Prairie at Scott City. Now, both these teams coming into this with some solid records, but Scott City comes out firing. Man, were they ever scoring some buckets. Hunter Speakman puts in 2 right there. And then kind of an odd play. Watch the lob, pass it Chase Knight, tries to pass it off, ricochets off Caden Gray. Eventually, Jackson Cook, he buries it for 3. What a play. Meanwhile, East Prairie tries to get it going. Tavion Ware, he gets in there, then dishes one to August Kennedy, who will score inside right there. But Speakman and Scott City, they had the answer. Scott City dominant, 90-40 the final. About 15 minutes away, we'll go to this game. And we're talking about Kelly. Big crowd out there hosting Chaffee. Defense for Chaffee early. How about Roland Reichman swats that one away. Chaffee, meanwhile, trying to get some back in this game as well, trying to come back. They were out there draining it. They didn't necessarily need to come back a whole lot. They had a lot going on. Dane McMullen comes up with the bucket right there. Then Grant Johnson will come in for 3 there. Kelly trying to stay in there and cash it in as well. Grady Hall and company trying to fight their way through, but the Red Devils too much. Johnson and company, the 3, and they would go on and get the win, 78-52. That's a good performance by Chaffee. Coming up, Bernie and Dexter separated by what, about 10 minutes? Hey, we're gonna have more good basketball right after the break.
You're watching Heartland Hoops, sponsored by EBO-MD.
And welcome back to Heartland Hoops. You gotta love these close-by rivalry games. How about the Bernie Mules making that 10-mile trip over to Dexter? Let's get out to the Bearcat Event Center and look at the fan support in Dexter. They're ready and ready to go. Morgan Johnson getting some great shots of them out there. John Sepulvado and Dexter making some things happen with that one. Then they'll follow it up. Will Geatley, this guy is an all-purpose athlete, making it happen as well. It was a three-point night, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Blaine Morgan showing off. Bernie was having some precise shooting as well. Chase Geiling enough to get that basket. And then, as you say, what? Wash, rinse, repeat. How about John Aycock? What a game. Sepulvado again. Back with another deep three, and Dexter, 63-54. Hard-fought win. You would expect nothing less over Bernie. All right, we'll take another short trip to Richland. The Rebels at home against Advance. You know this Advance team, they can fire from all cylinders. The 6'6" Brody Rogers making it look pretty easy. And then Rogers was showing all the stuff he could do. Threes, inside, outside, you name it. Hunter Rogers as well, drive it and score in that one. The Hornets, they just kept it going. I mean, they had all kinds of moves. Caleb Henson and company just not letting off the accelerator. Richmond fights its way back with some defense. How about that? They come back with a nice play. Hayden Connor and company really trying to fight their way through, but they're up against it. 78-59. It is Advance coming out on the winning side. All right, a pair of state powerhouses matching up at Sykeston. Bulldogs hosting St. Mary's Southside. Let's go. Let's run out there. Remember the great game last week, our game of the night. Sykeston, a bunch more big plays. Ben James throws it ahead to Jaharis Goodwin, for the basket. Then Kobe Thomas, he'll get it to James for a basket. They were good teamwork. That's what makes Sykeston talent and teamwork. Kobe Thomas to carry and Ray for the basket. Student sections, we want more. But I'll tell you, this St. Mary's Southside, they have weapons as well. They've won a bunch of games. 13 in all coming into this game. Markel Murray, James, man, they were throwing it back and forth and scoring it. Southside again, not wanting to go away quietly, but Ray, and then Narcaravi and Allen, he'll go and score. And Sykeston, they get it going. Allen again and Ray, they're all combining. James getting in the act. The final score, we'll put it up on the board there for you as Sykeston wins it. Big fashion, 82-68, the final score. All right, next up, Naylor playing at Doniphan. And you want to see who's got the first basket of the game? How about Corey Haygood scores? That one's for Doniphan, but Naylor answers back with Colby Sullivan the three, but Mason Cosgrove would start to do some damage. We'll put that final up on the board. 76-46, the final score in favor of Doniphan at home. All right, a lot to choose from tonight, but only one Heartland Hoops play of the night. Let's get to it.
The play of the night, sponsored by Window World of Cape Girardeau.
Woodland's Corbin Kinder going down, doesn't matter, scores it anyway. And the foul. How about that? We'll watch it one more time. Goes down, scores the foul and the win. Woodland gets a lot and the play of the night. Boy, I'll tell you, a big weekend for the Redhawks men's and women's basketball teams against SIU Edwardsville. The Redhawks return to the floor tomorrow against the Cougars. The women play in the opening matchup at 1:30. That's followed by the men's Hall of Fame game at 3:45 on KFES2. Luke with all the latest on that.